Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time you may be watching this. How y'all having a great day? We are still in the book of Jeremiah. We're on chapter 33. There are a total of, I believe, 28 verses. Yeah, 28 verses today. So it's a page turner. So let's go ahead. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. We're going to start with God message to Jerusalem. Ooh, and it comes out with one of them names. the Shephatin, the son of Mattan, and Galilah, the son of Pashur, and Jerkal, the son of Shemilah, Shelomai, let me get my right reading in there, and Pashur, the son of Malachi, heard the word that Jeremiah had spoken unto all the people, saying, Thus said the Lord, he that remaineth in the city shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. But he that goeth forth through the Chaldeans shall live, for he shall have his life for prey, and shall live. Prey, pray. Mm-hmm. Thus saith the Lord, this city shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babylon, the king of Babylon's army, which shall take it. Now we know about the king of Babylon. Since I've been reading this, the king of Babylon, he's about that sword life. He about that life. We're going to go to Jeremiah's death requested. They just want to kill my guy. They want to kill my guy. Therefore, the prince said unto the king, We beseech thee, let this man be put to death, for thus he weakeneth the hands of the men of the war that remain in the city, and the hands of all the people. Leave my man alone. In speaking such words unto them, for this man seeketh not the welfare of this people, but the hurt. He's warning you. It's a warning. Then Zedekiah the king said, Behold, he is in your hand, for the king is not he that can do anything against you. What? Then took they Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malachi. Oh, the son of Hemlich. Okay, I'm okay. So I'm finding out that CH is K. Hamlick. That was in the court of the prisons, and they let down Jeremiah with cords. And in the dungeon there was no water, but mere. So Jeremiah sunk in the mere. We're going to Ebed Melech. Ebed Melech plea for Jeremiah's life. Let him go. Now when Ebed Melech, the Ethiopian, one of Enoch, which was in the king's house, heard they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, the king then sitting in the gate of Benjamin. Okay, let me read that again because I don't like the way that came out. Now when Ebed Melech, the Ethiopian, one of the eunuchs, which was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, the king then sitting on the gates of Benjamin. And Melech went forth out of the king's house, and spake to the king, saying, My lord the king, these men have done evil in all that they have done to Jeremiah the prophet, whom they have cast into the dungeon, and he is like to die for hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city. The king's command is where we're at next. Then the king commanded Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, saying, take from hence 30 men with thee, and take up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he died. So Ebed-melech, sorry, I had to pronounce that name before I started reading, and I'm still reading it wrong. Excuse my throat, you guys. There's something going on. And it don't hurt. It's not. I'm not sick, and it doesn't hurt. It's just, you know what I mean. So Ebed-melech took the men with him, and went into the house of the king under the treasury, and took thence old cast clouts and old rotten rags, and let them down in the courts into the dungeon to Jeremiah. Rescue me. And Ebed-melech the Ethiopian said unto Jeremiah, Put now these old cast clouts and rotten rags under thine armholes, under the cords. And Jeremiah did so. They're going to pull him out. They're pulling him out the dungeon, y'all. They're pulling him out. So they drew up Jeremiah with the cords and took him up out of the dungeon. And Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. Then Zedekiah the king sent and took Jeremiah the prophet unto him into the third entry, that is the house of the Lord. And the king said unto Jeremiah, I will ask thee a thing. Hide nothing from me. Jeremiah bargains for his life. Now we on a bargaining now he on a bargaining chip. Then Jeremiah said unto Zedekiah, If I declare it unto thee, wilt thou not surely put me to death? And if I give thee counsel, wilt thou not hearken unto me? So Zedekiah the king swears secretly unto Jeremiah, saying, As the Lord liveth, that made us this soul, I will not put thee to death, neither will I give thee into the hand of these men that seek thy life. Then Jeremiah unto Zedekiah, Thus saith the Lord, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, if thou wilt assuredly go forth unto the king of Babylon's princes, then thy soul shall live, and this city shall not be burned with fire, and thou shalt live in thine house. Wait a minute. But if thou wilt not go forth to the king of Babylon princes, then shall this city be given into the hands of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand. Always fire. Let's see. That's. And Zedekiah the king said unto Jeremiah, I am afraid of the Jews that are fallen to the Chaldeans, lest they deliver me into their hand, and they mock me. But Jeremiah said, They shall not deliver thee. Obey, I beseech thee, the voice of the Lord, which I speak unto thee. So it shall be well unto thee, and thy soul shall live. Soul shall live. The fate of the king's family. But if thou refuse to go forth, this is the word that the Lord hath shewed me. And behold, all the women that are left in the kings of Judah's house shall be brought forth to the king of Babylon's princes. Let me read that one more time. And behold, all the women that are left in the kings of Judah's house shall be brought forth to the king of Babylon's princes. And those women shall say, thy friends have set thee on, and have prevailed against thee. Thy feet are sunk in the mirror, and they are turned away back. In the words of women. So they shall bring out all the wives and their children to the Chaldeans, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand, but shall be taken by the hand of the king of Babylon. And thou shalt cause this city to be burned with fire. We're going to Jeremiah and Zedekiah's bargain. It's a bargain here, y'all. Hey. But that's not what, let's get it together. Then said Zedekiah unto Jeremiah, let no man know these words, and thou shalt not die. What? You want me to keep it a secret? But if the prince hear that I have talked with thee, and they come unto, page turner, and they come unto thee, and say unto thee, declare unto us now what thou hast said unto the king. Hide it from us, and we will not put thee to death. Also, what the king said unto thee. Now, why y'all think you want to hide this word? Why hide it? That's when God say, keep my word in your heart. Because a mess like this, hide it in your heart. Hide it. However, I digress. Then thou shalt say unto them, I presented my supplications before the king, that he would not cause me to return to Jonathan's house. No, we don't. To die there. You don't want to go there. We don't want to go to Jonathan's house. Then came all the princes to Jeremiah, and asked him, and he told them according to all these words that the king had commanded. So they left off speaking with him, for the matter was not perceived. So Jeremiah abode. Let me read that again. So Jeremiah abode in the court of the prison until the day that Jerusalem was taken, and he was there when Jerusalem was taken. He was there. When Jerusalem got taken, he was there. Well, my people, that was chapter 38. Back again to read another chapter another day, 39. But we're going to go ahead and finish off, because y'all know I read chapter by chapter. So, in the words of my bishop and my pastor, whatever you do, stay with God. It's been real.